in 1996, Prince had a concert that was happening at the same time as the NBA Finals were happening. And so he's a huge basketball fan. He has 2 TVs wheeled out to just off stage left and stage right. Put the game on. And so he's doing his concert, and then he'll do to the left side of the stadium. And he's literally just watching the game. Playing his guitar, singing, hitting every note.
That's amazing.
To the right
I
side.
love that.
Like that's the highest level of musical genius, right? It's like, I don't even need to pay attention to you.
Do you think it's the responsibility of the host of a party when you're hosting a party or a wedding or something on a night of a World Series or NBA Finals game or the Super Bowl to bring in a TV so that people at the party can watch?
It depends, man. It depends. Look.
Can't have a wedding during football season. That's a no-go.
Or just don't have it on Sunday. I mean,
don't
have a wedding.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, there's a lot of solutions, but I think you're missing the point. I'd like you to answer the question. Do you think it's necessary? Is it the responsibility of the party maker?
It depends. If the party maker has a specific feeling about this, like I don't want people huddled around the TV during my event, then I get it. But also, we live in an era where the game is right here in my pocket.
So it's all changed, right?
Yeah.
Because in back in the older days, it was either TV or no one's watching. Right. Now everyone's got their phones.
Yep.
So my view is I want to take away people's phones if I want people focused because I'm not going to bring in a TV.
I have a dear friend that's getting married UMFSU Day. Sorry.
At the same time?
Sorry, I'm out.
So you're not going to go to the wedding? You're not going to go to the wedding?
Not going to the wedding.
Because you assume there'll be a second wedding?
You know the deal. You know the deal with me.
No,
not that.
It took a turn.
No, but why would you choose a game over?
Because it's Florida State week.
Yeah.
So it's not a good friend.
Don't do that.
It's obviously not a good friend then, right?
No,
he's not a good friend.
Mike is not a good friend.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No. The other guy's not a good friend.
You said it's a dear
He knows
friend.
the schedule.
Your word was dear friend.
Dear friend.
And you're
give
choosing
a very
a
nice gift.
Would you be in the wedding party?
No.
Okay.
If you were in the wedding party, would you go?
I'd be bummed about that, but I'd politely decline.
You declined to be in the wedding party?
Hey! No, I'm not doing a thing. It's FSU week.
Damn right.
I mean,
come on,
I've
man.
dedicated my life to bringing the
Is
U
the
back,
guy
guys.
from Florida?
It's a lady.
Sorry,
Welcome
is the
to
woman from
2022.
Florida?
Yes, she is.
Women get married now?
Yep, they allow them.
Jeez.
Can you believe it?
Was she aware that it was Miami FSU week?
No, she scheduled her wedding for a fall wedding, and then college, which is a dangerous game. Don't do that. Saturday during the fall, always in jeopardy. And sure as shit, Miami FSU scheduled for the same day. So,
What time is the game?
Well, they haven't announced it yet. So
Will
there's
that
a chance
impact whether you'll go to the wedding?
Yeah, if it's a noon start, I'll go to the reception.
You rush in. Wait.
What kind of wedding starts at noon?
No, if there's
Game's
a
a
noon
noon
kickoff.
start.
Oh, the
If
game.
it's at 3:30, maybe the reception.
What if Florida State is like 0-7 or whatever at that point?
Entirely possible.
So then you'll still
It's still Florida State week.
Yeah, it's FSU.
Are you going to write a bigger check if you don't go to the wedding? Because you're supposed to write a bigger check if you do go because they're spending money on your plate.
Look, I'm writing it. No check is bigger than the one that I'm writing to the University of Miami to be a Golden Cane. So that is number one priority, and it's FSU week.
I'm talking about the wedding gift.
If it were Southern Miss, the wedding gift's going to be very nice, and yes, it'll be even nicer.
But do you pay more when you're not going or when you are going?
Yeah, when I'm not going.
You're supposed to pay more when you're going.
No.
Yes, that's the
No,
rule.
because you got me there.
Yes.
Why would
I've never, ever heard that before.
Wait,
Yes,
you pay more when you go?
You make a bigger gift to people when you go to an event, when you go to a wedding, because they're paying. It's supposed to help defray the cost of the per plate catering and for all the expenses for you.
But if I'm going to the wedding, I'm going to give a gift that's more than the plate cost. But if I don't go, I'm just going to give extra because I feel bad.
Yeah.
Right, but it's cheaper, right? So people like when you say no because it gets them down a number. It becomes a cheaper wedding.
I don't like it when anyone says no.
I gotta. Whoa.
People are allowed to say no,
Weddings.
Mike. Oh, good. Thank you.
How do we feel about Friday football season weddings?
That's fine.
No. Friday?
I
I gotta rush home from work.
How about
for
you
this?
guys get over it and go to a wedding any time of the year?
Shut up,
I mean,
Chris.
who
Shut up,
cares?
Chris.
So
My
incredible.
wedding was January 14th. I think it was like the conference
go to the
championship
courthouse
game.
and get
You
married.
wanna know
How
what
about
my
that?
anniversary is? July 23rd. That was designed because there's no sports going
Was
on.
that the
in
day
July.
after the All-Star game or
Happy
something?
belated.
Like
I
the
wanna
days
watch
when there's
baseball.
only
These days?
WNBA.
Mike got married at the ESPYs.
Like the doldrums of the sports calendar.
The hottest day of the year.
I mean,
Yeah.
not everyone can get married in July, which I agree is the best month for weddings because there's nothing else
It's
to
the
do.
There you
cheapest
go.
time in Miami to get married.
Good man,
Wait.
it's hot as hell.
Because it's
Well,
Yeah.
because it's off season.
disgusting outside.
Yeah, my daughter said I'm going to get married in Miami, and I want to do it Martin Luther King Day.
Wow.
Wow.
First of all, she's got a book like years in advance before she even
Oh,
knows.
it's already happened 6 months ago.
Okay.
I understand.
So it all happened.
I understand
and it was
that-
a disaster.
I'm
No, it
viewing
was a great
this-
wedding, but it was like at the prime.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
viewing this through a sports prism, but a lot of the people that you're going to invite are big sports fans, and I think it's respectful to look out for the sports calendar and make sure that there isn't a tough conflict that'll hurt somebody.
But if she and her fiance do not care about sports, and by the way, the bubble that we live in is so significant. There are many people who don't care
I
about
don't know,
sports.
they do care about sports, and trust me, I'm not the only person that was like, "Hey, that's Miami FSU week." That's
The groom said it too.
no,
That's
but,
Miami FSU week.
everyone recognized that. Ooh, that's a tough conflict.
Are you worried about the impact on her friendship with the bride?
Slightly, but
So she'll remember, assuming the marriage sticks. Now, if it doesn't
I'm
stick,
actually having
then
dinner
you're
with
fine.
them on Friday. Just
Is a makeup dinner?
Wait, to ease them into
Right?
this.
Can you imagine?
delivering
this
this
no,
insanity?
they already know I'm out. As soon as that game got scheduled, they knew that I was out. They didn't even have to ask.
There's no way they
It's
assumed
FSU
that.
week, guys.
What aren't you understanding
what
about
aren't you
this?
understanding?
What other
It's
things-
Miami's biggest rivalry game of the season.
It's
I
a
thought
dear
Florida-
friend's
I thought
wedding.
Florida was-
My best friend
No,
got
no,
married
no,
the
not
night
Florida.
of the
Rivalry
Notre
that's
Dame
scheduled this season.
Southern Cal game, like 3 years after we graduated, when it was still like people wanted to go back to campus because we had just graduated like a couple years earlier, and it caused some conversation. Everyone went, but there were people at the wedding saying, "Man, why didn't they just do this the following week? There was a bye week."
What other things in life affect weddings like this? Like if a big Marvel movie's coming out on a
So
Friday, are you not
crazy.
going to go to a wedding?
No, it's just
COVID.
sports. Just football, really.
There's a huge congressional vote. I need to be watching C-SPAN. I just think that it's hard to call someone a dear friend when you make a decision. If you have a family thing, if you have a cousin's bar mitzvah versus a good friend's wedding, I get it. I couldn't go to Dan's wedding because I had a family bar mitzvah that day. You got to make a choice.
The wedding was at
Doesn't
night.
wedding trump bar mitzvah?
The wedding was at night too.
But family.
Family
Dan's
over
not family.
everything. FOE. You know
Listen,
that,
when
Jeff.
you're on the dinghy, family trumps
What
the
if
dinghy.
If Dan were like a fourth cousin, which one would you pick?
This was my first cousin's son whose parents had died. So it's like a thing.
Sorry,
We go
Jess.
to all their
Some
events.
variables there, huh?
Sorry, Jeff.
There's always variables. Listen, I was sorry to miss Dan's wedding, no doubt about it, because I knew that would be my only shot. With many people, my view is I'm going to get another shot. But for Dan, because of how much I knew Valerie, I knew this was my one shot.
Mike, what if you didn't anticipate the Panthers making it far in the playoffs? You commit to a wedding, you RSVP, I'm going, and then you realize it ends up on game 1 of the conference finals.
Mea culpa. I'll watch it on my iPhone.
Hold on. I think we're asking the wrong question. Mike.
Guys, it's
wait,
a
wait, wait.
No, I'm going to the game,
Mike,
dude.
Mike.
I got credential. I'm going to the game.
I'm
Mike.
You're skipping a wedding that you RSVP'd for?
not
Yeah.
a member of the Florida Panther Golden Society. I'm a Golden Cane.
Mike. What level relationship would it take for you to say, I can't miss this?
His wife's friend.
Wait.
Like, so it's FSU Miami.
Yeah.
But like this, obviously, this
What if it's
relationship is a
me?
friend.
What if Jessica's getting married?
what-
I was just going to
what-
say that.
what-
If it's Jess, I'm sorry.
I would get married on a Miami game day just to spite you, though.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Just to make sure he didn't come, you mean?
Well, just if we can suspend disbelief, because you're not scheduling during Notre Dame
No,
season.
never.
So,
Unless it's a bye weekend.
But if you were just to do that vengefully against me, I would not be going.
Mike,
to.
you're just cold-hearted, right? And you're
Vengefully
doing
against
this
all
because
Miami
you're a
fans.
booster, because you break news, and because you think you're important with Miami. But the fact of the matter is that
Well,
long
but-
after
well, number one, I
your
am
relationship
important.
with Miami
I am
is
important to
over.
Miami.
No, you're not,
Very
actually.
hugely.
Not
Oh,
at all.
my God,
Like
I'm
maybe
so
in your own mind.
important.
But
Whoa,
what you're doing
what?
is making a choice that, by the way, your child is watching you make.
so wrong about
No,
this.
I am just disappointed in you.
Mike, what level relationship will trump FSU Miami?
Top 10 friends.
Name
Top
them.
10 friends.
Name
Name them.
Na-
And
name
with
my
fanfare.
top 10
With fanfare.
friends.
With fanfare.
I'm not naming you my top 10 friends.
Why not?
No.
That's a terrible list.
No,
That's a terrible idea.
You're putting me in an awful spot.
What awful spot?
You don't ask people
because
for
I'm
their
going to
top
get hit
10
up by all
friends.
these
No,
people that are going to be like, I
usually-
thought I was top 10.
You can
usually-
do it without names.
Yeah,
Your
you-
top 10
no,
friends would know better, though.
Usually I would agree, but here's the problem. Mike has just announced if you schedule a wedding on this day, I ain't going. So I think those people deserve to know
They
when
know.
Mike is not worth an invite.
No.
You have that many
if you're
close
You're getting
friends?
way worked
if
up
you're-
over this.
If you're that close of a friend of mine,
you know you're in the top 10.
No, you know not to schedule your wedding during Miami football season.
I feel
have
the
a lot
same,
of
I feel the
friends.
same way, Mike. This is a controversial topic right now because I feel like the tide of public opinion has shifted back towards since COVID. It's gotten harder to pick wedding dates and do weddings. People have had to reschedule things. It's like so expensive and blah, blah, blah. And now it's like, all right, just get married when you can. Like, you're lucky to have a wedding.
I went to a Thursday wedding last fall.
Yeah, I've heard Thursday and Fridays are more popular now because people are just trying to get
Was it a top 10
get
friend?
a venue when they can.
It was,
and it's cheaper.
It wasn't
lot
a top
cheaper.
10 friend, but the couple, I knew both the bride and the groom. So
Is that uncommon for you?
To be friends with
they-
both.
That is uncommon for you?
That is uncommon for me.
Interesting.
However, Golic and I were discussing this on Golic and Smutty. Get it wherever you find your podcast on the DraftKings Podcast Network. And we were talking to Holly Anderson from the Shutdown Fullcast, and she said that her mother, she grew up in a Tennessee family. Her mother decided to get married intentionally the day of Tennessee's biggest rivalry game against Alabama just to see who would pick her.
Oh, wow.
Over
That's-
Tennessee.
So that's
football.
Machiavellian, right?
no,
That's
hit
too
the
much.
evil.
Hit the music.
Yeah.
Look at me, Louie.
Trying to.
Look at me,